Hello and welcome to the English Football Podcast. We're at a new thing. We'll soon have a background behind us, which will be very good. But yesterday in the FA Cup, it was a brilliant goal from Mitoma that gave Brighton a win in the FA Cup against Liverpool. They lost 2-1 that day. Brighton are through. Today's Derby versus West Ham. And
Come on, Derby.
Derby have... We'll might do a preview for that, don't know. But Derby have not lost a game in 21 games.
Oh.
So that's...
West Ham lost in 21. I don't know.
A million, probably. Probably about 20. Although I don't know what our only win was, so... Shut up. Anyway. So we're going to just talk about the game. Although before we look at Brighton, Luca, what on earth is wrong with Liverpool?
They're just awful. I think they really need a new signing. They really need someone to... Well, I mean, they tried that with Gakpo, but obviously that didn't work, and Nunes. But I don't know what's up with them this season, because as I predicted in the table as well, I always thought they'd come bounce back. I know they still have, half the season left, but still, I thought if they're doing this bad, I thought they'd be back on their feet by now. But Klopp really needs to sort something out, because it's going wrong this season.
I mean, we'll talk more about the sort of Bellingham situation for them, but do you think they need Bellingham to save them from this mess they're in?
Yeah, I mean, it will be a good sign for them, Bellingham, because obviously he's a talented player and that, but it might not help him massively, because they are struggling up front quite a bit, and Gakpo, he's taking a bit of time to settle in, and then and in their defence, Van Dijk's injured. I think he's coming back soon though, but they're just all over the place at the minute, and they need someone or something big to save them.
They're ninth in the Premier League, and struggling quite a bit. They've had embarrassing losses to Nottingham Forest, and a very boring draw against Chelsea. Can they bounce back?
Well, just to add, Arsenal are 19 points ahead of them, just to say. But I might just say it again. Yeah, I think they can. Well, bounce back. If you're talking bounce back to Champions League, I don't think so. But I think bounce back on their form, I think they could do that, definitely. I think if they start now or in a couple of games, like what Magic Klopp will do, I think they can bounce back definitely to maybe 5th, 6th, 7th, but I don't see them getting Champions League this season.
Let's have a talk about Brighton, the winners of that game. Obviously, the match winner was Mitoma. 4 goals in 6 games, Theo. Would teams be looking at him in the transfer window?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a big transfer target, and he quite recently though he's just come into like this good player, but he's played amazing, and especially for Brighton, he's been one of their star players, and obviously really helped them. And Brighton are a good side now. This season they're doing really well, and there'll be a lot of clubs in for him, because at the minute he's doing amazing.
I mean, I think they're 6th now, and obviously Liverpool 9th, and also I suppose Chelsea in 10th. 2 big 6 teams, as we say. Can this season, I know it's only halfway through and there's a lot to go, but can Brighton finish higher than Liverpool and Chelsea?
Certainly. I definitely think, on the form all those 3 teams are in now, I definitely think they can Brighton can go above them, because Chelsea and Liverpool, as we said, I don't know what's up there. They're looking poor this season, really poor, especially with the signings they brought in. Chelsea, they've brought so many new players in this season, and yet they haven't done anything with them. So, although Mudryk might be a good signing, but yeah, I think Brighton are definitely capable enough to go above both of the big 6 teams.
They've got in 7 games, Brighton, they've got 5 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss, which was to the Gunners. Just stop patting your chest. Get out of it. Anyway, that's obviously brilliant. Just above them, though, in 5th, is Spurs. 5 points ahead. Brighton have got more goal difference. Although the big thing there is that Brighton have got 2 games in hand. And we don't know... Well, can't remember who those 2 games are. But if they win both, they will overtake Spurs. Theo, can they do that?
Yeah, I mean, Spurs will probably bottle it. That's what I think. But Brighton, this season as well, they're shown to be a really good side. And top 4 they probably won't get, but they can get 5th and stay 6th probably. And and their manager, they've got a great manager, and with their squad, top 6 would be a big achievement for them, and I think they can do it.
Well, we will see next when they play Bournemouth in the league. And Liverpool, who did last round in the FA Cup, beat Wolves at Molineux. They meet again in the league. See the 1-0 win there. But we will see what happens next. Thanks for listening. You've been listening to the English Football Podcast. I'm Callum.
I'm Theo.
And I'm Luca.
Thanks for listening.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.